Y'all feel it?
A message to all you pseudo spitters. The sound is cool, but the trend I see is the truth is missing. I feel the flow is stupid. You claim that the music's different. I guess it's all opinion, depending on who was listening.
What's the word, y'all? It's KTR_podcast, No Rules Podcast. You are now live and direct with our WWR Wrestling Weekly Recap with Ramblin Gamblin Sports Network. Follow them at ANDGAMBLINS and Gamblin. You are now tuned in to our Wrestling Weekly Recap with our Survivor Series predictions. It's that time. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views because it's around my birthday. Just to let y'all know. My birthday is given this year. So, yeah. But before we get started this episode, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. KTR_podcast, Twitter and Instagram, Know the Ropes Podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Know the Ropes Podcast, all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We're on everything. But we're going to get into this recap real quick. Not really a recap, but our predictions for this Survivor Series this year. And unfortunately with that, we won't see NXT on this Survivor Series like we were last year.
Lame.
That is when I became an NXT fan. I became an Adam Cole fan. I became an Undisputed Era fan. That's when I became an NXT guy last Survivor Series, and I'm really hurt that we won't get to see them on the card this year. But
or whatever.
Must go on without the gold brand. So getting right into it, we're gonna start off with the brand versus brand match with the men's side. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown with the men. Who do y'all got?
Team Raw easy. There's really nobody legitimate on SmackDown that could really take out the whole team. They got Seth Rollins, obviously, and you got the rising Jey Uso. Kevin Owens pretty much a mid-carder at this point. But Raw, you got Sheamus, Braun Strowman, Keith Lee. You got AJ Styles. The only real in-between person right now is Riddle.
Riddle.
Yeah. So Raw, I will be extremely surprised if Raw doesn't win this match.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's lopsided as hell, man. Seth Rollins is really their biggest star. Nobody else is. Kevin Owens, when he's on, but he's not really on right now.
Right.
I feel like Raw is overwhelmingly the odds-on favorite to take that.
Yeah. I'm going with Team Raw too. Like I said, I mentioned this on Twitter before on one of my shifts when I do the live tweeting for Raw, that Team Raw looks like the Monstars from Space Jam right now. SmackDown is Toon Squad, but with this, it's not going to be that kind of finish at the end unless you see how Team Raw hasn't been getting along lately. So unless a big dysfunction, just cause the team to split up, people walk out, I can see it.
Walking out, right?
Yeah, if they walk out, that's a count out, so that they just lose. Yeah, but
no one's going to defeat them. You're
right.
No.
Team Raw is not. Yeah, Team Raw gonna win. They should not lose. They should dominate.
You're right. Their only saving grace is if Braun Strowman says screw this, or Sheamus want to go back to Ireland or something. I don't know. That's the only saving grace.
Yes, so we are all with Team Raw. All right. For the women's side, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Who do you got?
Harv, you go.
I still pretty much got Raw. Raw's more established as far as who they have on their team. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, who cares? Lacey Evans is average. She's actually she just really hasn't capitalized as well, but she's mid card as far as the women go. Then they got Peyton Royce, who still trying to prove herself after breaking up with Billy.
Billy Kay.
I feel like that they're especially not knowing who the other two members of SmackDown are. All they really have to me is Bianca Belair. I feel like Raw's gonna take that one as well. The only reason they wouldn't take that one is if they didn't want to do like they usually do with the clean sweeps and all that crap. So I'm gonna go Raw.
I'm gonna be on the opposite spectrum. I'm going with SmackDown. The only reason why is because I believe that they have faith in Bianca Belair, and I really want her to stand out and do some dominance. Plus, there's 2 spots remaining on SmackDown. I think Bayley's gonna take one of them, and I think Bayley's gonna do some damage on the team as well. So
Charlotte could come back. Wait.
That's also a possibility as well. I'm going with SmackDown. I'm rooting for Bianca on this one. Her alone, for not Liv Morgan or Ruby. I'm really just going for Bianca.
I'm going with Team SmackDown as well because I think this will be the good point to show Bianca Belair's dominance in the brand and help build her character in the future, like going forward from this. I'm going Team SmackDown. But if Charlotte comes,
it's a clean sweep.
It's a clean sweep. Easy. Hands down. Easy.
Over there. Bianca who?
Exactly. It's Charlotte's show now. All right, next up we got the women's titles. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Who you got?
I'm going with Asuka, mainly because I don't think this thing with Sasha Banks and Carmella is done yet. And I think Carmella is going to come in and cost the match for Sasha. So I'm going with Asuka on this one.
Hard.
I'm going to go Asuka as well. Sasha doesn't win much when she has the title. So, yeah. That's my only reasoning behind that choice.
Cool. Well, I picked Asuka too as well, so that's a clean sweep for that one. Next up, we go for the mid-card titles. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Who do you got?
I feel like the Hurt Business needs another dominant win. I don't think it'll be a dominant win, but I feel like they need to win more. But I also feel like what they're doing with Sami Zayn is what they're doing with Sami Zayn. Yeah, is trying to make him, pull out all the stops in order to win, use his brain more. So I don't know, it's a toss up, but I'm gonna go with Lashley.
There you go.
Yeah. I agree, Hard. This was definitely a toss-up, mainly because, like you said, Sami Zayn is thinking outside the box, pull out the victories. However, I don't really see a realistic trick or something that Lashley can do. That Sami Zayn can do that can really take out Lashley at this point. I'm definitely going with Lashley, mainly because it may not be a dominant fight, but it is going to be somewhere like Sami Zayn. Why'd you even try?
Bobby Lashley for clean sweep. Got him on my list too. Next up, we have this is a match I'm really looking for. I call it the passing of the torch match. The tag team title match. New Day versus Street Profits.
In my opinion, this is the one match, in my opinion, that can really go either way. Either team could win and either team could lose, honestly. Like there's no benefit or negative either way. I am going to go with Street Profits personally, mainly because since they're honestly just not doing anything with Big E, they're probably going to start giving up on the tag team of Xavier Woods and Kofi eventually. Plus, like Cinco said, this is sort of like a passing of the torch match anyway. So I think this is also a good pedestal for Street Profits to get on. So I'm going Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits. I do feel like they have more to gain by winning, though. I don't think it goes either way. Because New Day has done so much already. They've held the title so many times. They put on classic tag team matches with so many different tag teams. So losing to a younger tag team, I don't think will hurt them very much at all. So, yeah, New Day.
You said you pick a New Day?
New Day, yeah. No, my bad.
That's what I said. You was talking all about Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits.
Confused. Yeah, I'm picking New Day for this one actually.
Okay.
I want to say Street Profit so bad because, like I said, I told you I was passing the torch and like Street Profit. I told y'all in like previous episodes that Street Profits are basically like what the New Day is now with everything going on. But I just look at it as like New Day is just like they're gonna put on a great match, but it's gonna be like y'all not there yet. Y'all not on our level. That's what they're gonna try to prove in my mind with this match. You know, saying come here, Big E called Street Profits the great value brand of the New Day.
Hey man, some of that great value stuff be good. I ain't gonna.
It is, yeah.
It do.
It just
do. And I agree with the statement. I do agree with the statement. I personally don't think that they're on the level of the New Day, but I feel like that's what WWE is pretty much going towards. You know, they don't slow build like they used to.
Yeah.
So I feel like they go ahead and give it to them.
Yeah, so I feel like it's gonna be a close match, but like I feel like New Day is gonna come out with the victory and just like, you know, it'll be a cordial thing at the end. You know, they're gonna get there, but they're just not there yet with the tag team division. But they're gonna get there. Last but not least, we have champion versus champion, the faces of the brands. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I hope Roman Reigns dog walks Drew McIntyre this match. Just because he beat Randy Orton. That's all I gotta say for that. I'm going with Roman Reigns, and I hope he wins clean. Hope he just spears his esophagus out. Okay, I'm sorry. Who y'all got for this match?
He said spear his esophagus out. Heck no. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Roman Reigns.
Good job.
Yeah, he's gonna. I don't think he's not gonna be able to dominate. But I think it's gonna be a good ass match. I do think it's gonna be a really good match, a good heavyweight match, a good physical slobber knocker. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna beat the hell out of each other. But I do think Reigns is going, you know, he gonna hulk up with the new heel powers that he has, and he gonna dominate. He gonna win. Yeah.
How you say he gonna dominate? Yep, got it. Perfect. J-Bo, who you got?
You feel me?
Roman Reigns has been doing terrific in this heel character to the point where him losing clean anytime soon is just not visible. And especially not against Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre can take a loss and still be great. You know, Roman Reigns, he needs sort of this undefeated streak since coming back going forward. And plus, more realistically, he can definitely take out Drew McIntyre. They feuded before and Roman Reigns, you know, won. So
I've seen that. Yeah.
I don't see that changing. So definitely Roman Reigns this Sunday.
Cool. We all with Roman Reigns on this one. Good job. I'm proud of y'all. I'm happy.
And it's not because of Randy Orton either.
At all.
Shoot.
At all.
It's because of Randy Orton. Anyway,
nah.
Like I said, that is our predictions for our WWR Wrestling Weekly Recap. Like I said, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Damn. I forgot what to say.
Oh, man.
Like I said, follow us on all social media platforms, KTR_podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Another Rose Podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Another Rose Podcast, all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We are on everything, and be sure to follow Ramblin Gamblin Sports Network on Twitter at ANDGAMBLIN at @AndGamblin, because they're in it for the money, because don't talk about dollars, then it don't make sense. But that's all the time we have for today. This is our Wrestling Weekly Recap, and we are out.
Tell them what they should do, Big Hard.
Pump those numbers.